They're noisy.
Hey, settle down. Settle down.
They're grumpy. And they sure can bite.
He's going to take your finger off. Devils are great animals. Unfortunately, they're suffering from a devastating facial tumour.
It's a dangerous job, but saving the Tasmanian devil from extinction is one of my top priorities.
With the disease the way that it is, these little guys are going to be the future of Tassie devils, potentially. If it doesn't slow up, the captive population is it. It's good to see a bit of fire in them. You're going to need that later, mate. You're going to need that.
Today, it's time to toughen up one of the boys. Dundoo's a bit of a wuss. To meet a girl, he needs to prove he's a man.
We're going to introduce Bondi here because he's only 2. And what we want is for Dunny in here to put it over him a bit. Now, we'll just leave him be. Now, have a look at his nose. Watch him. He'll go around and he'll smell. Their eyesight's pretty poor.
Mundy the toughie wastes no time making himself at home.
You can see there, the bottom down, scent marking. So he's going to go around and he's going to rub that all over the ground and claim this territory because he knows that there's another male in here.
Dundoo is not happy. It's time to prove he's no pushover.
So Dundoo's out. Here we go. So Mundy's seen him. However, it's Dunny's yard. So Dundoo is the boss. Okay, now Dundoo will probably turn here in a minute. There we go. See that? Dundoo threw him over.
It may look cruel, but without confidence, Dundoo won't get a girl.
Hey, that's it.
I'm proud. My boy has grown up.
So that went perfectly. Now you can see no injury, natural behaviour, stimulation, and not only that, but now Dundoo for our females, he's going to be top dog. He's going to be, you know, very experienced, confident, exactly what we want. You can get into our breeding now. That's a boy.
The day's over at the reptile park, but for me, it's just starting.
Now we'll take him home.
There's always work to take home. Tonight, baby devil Mirrabooka and Chooky, the tawny frogmouth, are coming to stay.
Hi, baby.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good.
You having a good day?
Yeah, busy.
What's Chooky been doing?
He started eating again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's looking good, eh?
Yeah, he looks lovely. Well, I'll put him
Say
away.
hello, little book.
Yeah.
My wife Liz is used to the unexpected guests. Cleaning up after me is the challenge.
You better get your boots off, mister.
Yeah.
Hello, matey.
It's a busy household with lots of hungry mouths to feed.
So this is a false milk with a little bit of insectivore mixed together. Throw it in there. Everything's got to be like he's feeding from mum. So we have a teat that mimics a devil's teat. The bottle's quite small and keeps the milk nice and warm.
Mirrabooka is a typical baby. He just loves his bottle.
They're such messy feeders when they get started. Slow down. Slow down, that's a boy.
For the guests, this is a great home away from home. I'll admit, my house is very unusual.
Come on, you can have it.
Not many people have one of Australia's most amazing animals playing hide and seek in the lounge room. It's already been a long day, but the work doesn't stop. My little visitors need regular night feeds. This really is a 24-hour-a-day job, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Every year I get a special job. I come up to Devil Ark and with the keepers, we track the female devils, hoping to find the next generation.
It's a 5-hour run up to Devil Ark, but there's always a level of excitement at what I might find when I get there. Waiting for me are Corey and Dean, who've been busy getting traps ready.
You got all the traps?
Ready to go for you.
Ready to go. Well, we're going to lose light soon, so let's get down there.
I'm up here today because this time of year now is when we do our stock take. And what that means is we've gone through a breeding season, we've witnessed matings, but we haven't actually trapped the females and counted our joeys.
That's it. 4 females, but 15 traps. And I don't mean to scare you boys, but the traps need to be set properly. We need to catch them, and if we don't have joeys in the morning, we've got a problem.
And no pressure, Tim.
No pressure.
Let's pick a spot, hey?
Go. I like this space along here, guys. I'm going to head down this way with this one.
The boys have put meat into the traps. It's now just a case of setting them, then leaving them out overnight, and hopefully we'll find the 4 female devils we're after.
You right, Dino?
Yep, this one's good to go, and I've got a really good feeling about it.
Oh, I hope you're right, mate.
These little joeys, they're the future of the species. And devils only live for 6 years. They only breed 2 or 3 times in their life cycle. So you've got a really quick generational turnover. And if we miss a year of breeding and we don't get joeys, your whole population is non-existent.
Last trap. You've done all the hard work, boys, so all we can do now is wait for the morning. Fingers crossed. It's going to be an uneasy night. This is pioneer conservation, and it's simply to ensure the future of the Tasmanian devil. It must work. Set off.
I'm up at Devil Ark. Dean, Corey and I are about to find out if we've lured any devils into our traps.
We do everything we can to encourage the devils to breed, but there's an amount that has to be left up to the devils, and this is the chance we get to see if what we're doing is working. Well, that's lucky last.
Yeah.
And the moment of truth for you boys. 4 females, we could have 16 joeys or 0. Let's see if your hard work's paid off.
You feel nervous?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice and gentle. Good, beautiful. Corey, got that microchipper? There's the head. You got her?
0174. First one's Bella. She's 2 years old, this one.
Nice, quiet female. Just turn them gently into yourself. Mate, now just press apart that pouch very softly and have a look.
Oh, wow, Tim, we got 4 joeys.
You see him, Corey?
Wow, they're amazing.
How big?
At least the size of your thumb.
Oh, good. Okay, so they're probably 60 days old. I can see that pouch and it looks nice and full. One peek inside and it's confirmed. She has joeys. How good is this?
Number 2, 1 female down, 3 to go.
6077.
Tell us who you've got.
This one's Candace.
So, nice and easy, mate. She's a bit more fiery than Bella. Yep.
With devil numbers dangerously low in the wild, it's crucial that all our females at the Ark breed each year.
No joeys, boys. Now, she doesn't have any joeys to add to the tally. Now, that's really, really scary. If we don't breed devils and then reboot the species in the wild, there will be no devils left.
Candace's no-show on the joey front means the pressure's on for this girl to have bred.
Okay, that's beautiful. Easy, girl. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. We got joeys. Hey. There you go. And there's another 2 on the inside.
I've never seen one so small before.
That's about 70 days old.
Wow.
We checked the 3rd female, and there's joeys. 4 of them. Jackpot. This is our last girl, boys. 3 out of 4 would be a success story. Hey, hold still, please. You got 3 joeys, but they're tiny, smaller than a jelly bean. You got 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom.
Wow.
They're too small to see, maybe only a month old. What can you say?
It's a great job.
Speechless, Tim. That's outstanding.
A success story, hey? The final tally from this yard is 11 joeys from just 4 mums. See you later.
The breeding season has been a success. It's a win for us and a win for the devil.
So we were trapping last night.
Yep.
We're doing our quarterly health checks.
Yep.
And we found Kira with a joey, which is quite unusual.
It's just wild, mate. We are quite literally as far in the opposite direction of breeding season as we could be, and she's weaning a joey.
We've got a joey 5 months out of a normal breeding season, which is unbelievable. We so don't hear of it this time of year.
A lone joey born out of the regular breeding season is at serious risk.
Mum and Joey are in a yard of devils that are about to start breeding. Testosterone-fueled males. If I leave them in the yard and the joey weans, he'll be killed.
Just be a little bit careful, she's a bit feisty.
Is she?
Yeah. She's protecting her den.
She's a firecracker, mate.
Yeah, she's pretty protective.
This is where all her mothering instincts come into effect. Her one concern is protecting that joey. Settle down.
Well, it's going to be tricky, mate, but we need to catch Mum first.
Yep.
Separate her from the joey, and then assess them both.
Yep.
One of the greatest risks here is that Mum's cranky. She's defensive. Now, she's got teeth showing, and she's going to bite. If the joey gets into the wrong spot because we do something, we catch Mum and she turns around to bite, she could bite the joey. We don't want that to happen. OK, so just watch your fingers, mate, because she's going to have a chomp. It's all right, though. You're all right. You can't see the joey?
No, I can't see the joey. It's not running around.
OK, let's get this lid off. That's it. OK, that's good, mate. I can see it, mate. Just under her there. Hey, settle down. If you just wave a boot,
Yep.
As soon as she looks at you, I'm going to grab that tail and lift her up. If the joey comes off, that's fine. If it stays on, perfect, I'll lift her up and then we'll remove him. Is she looking at you?
Yep, look at me.
1, 2, 3. There we go. OK. Now, just watch out that she doesn't turn around,
hold
mate.
her.
Yep, keep him there for a sec. That's good. OK, there we go. Hey, hello, mate. You're all right. You got a little boy, mate.
He's gorgeous, isn't he?
You're all right. This little devil needs a name. And what better name for a devil born under these circumstances than Lucky?
He's already feisty little, isn't he? Growling.
Yes. OK, well, she looks good. Mum's physically perfect. She's in good condition. There are no scars, no battle wounds. Now it's time to have a look inside the pouch. And I can see quickly that there's only one active teat. Now, the other 3, they're tiny, they're inactive, they're very small. It means she doesn't have any more joeys. Let's get Mum away, and then we'll have a look at him, hey? But I think we get her in that box nice and quiet now. That's the important thing. Mum's caught in the box. She's safe, happy. Now we need to have a look at the joey. I hope it's healthy. It's a very odd circumstance, but this whole program is about breeding and these joeys. Let's get some weights and just have a bit better look at him and make sure that he's healthy. In you go, buddy. He's settled right down now.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. That's it. He's almost half a kilo on the dot. Well, physically, he's perfect. My main worry is that if we don't do something and we put him back in that yard with Mum and other breeding devils, he might not stay that way. Now, I've really got a dilemma. I've got a healthy Mum and joey, and under normal circumstances, they'd be fine. But these aren't normal circumstances. They're in a yard that's been stocked with devils that are about to breed. If he leaves Mum and enters that environment in the state that it's in, he'll be killed.
So, Tim, what do you think we should do with Lucky?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about now. We can leave Mum and Lucky Boy in an intensive yard like this, and she can rear him and finish weaning. But that means Mum is not going to breed this year. She's way out of sync. And we need joeys. This is a conservation project. She must breed. I've made a decision. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but I'm going to intervene and I'm going to hand rear Lucky. Well, this is it, mate. Yep. There's no sentimental goodbyes for Mum. It's natural. In 2 months, she'd wean him anyway. Plan is that she breeds again in a month's time, and Lucky Boy's back here and doing his own thing in 6 months, hey?
Yeah.
After
Good
you.
job. So, Tim's going to hand rear the baby, which I think is great. We're going to have a nice, healthy baby to come back for breeding in a couple of years, and Mum's going back in for breeding this year.
All right, mate, well, I'm off back to work. Precious cargo.
Yep.
Good luck with the real breeding season.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, good on you, mate. See ya. I'm down off the mountain and the mountain weather's certainly gone. Little Lucky's safely stashed in my pouch. I hope he likes his new home at the reptile park. Back at the reptile park, and Lucky's had a rest and hasn't had a feed for about 5 hours now, so I'm going to try and feed him straight away. Hey, buddy. Devils are really messy feeders, so I'm going to take him out of his beanie, which is his new pouch, and put him into a little towel.
tuck the arms down, and I'm gonna wrap it around him. That's it. Good boy. Now it's time for your milk, buddy. This can be a stressful experience for Lucky. If he goes a day or so without feeding well, he's gonna become dehydrated and could go downhill really quickly. He's healthy right now. I wanna keep him like that. This is an artificial milk, and this is what Lucky's gonna drink for the next while. Now, there's not much in there, and I expect him only to take a little bit of that. It's nice and warm, but I just want him to get a taste for it. It's gonna be a little bit different to Mum's, but if he took the littlest bit, I'd be a happy man. Will you take this? Here you go. Good boy. This is the first feed, and he's chewing away, sucking away. That's just great. You're doing really good, mate. A little bit more. That's a boy.
That's just brilliant. Great to see. Lucky will be hand-reared for the next 6 months, and hopefully he'll then be able to be reintroduced to devil art.
Leave the boxes here. We'll jump in and get our traps.
It's a special day here for us at the Australian Reptile Park. My colleague Nick is helping me round up 3 Tassie devils that are going to help us with some groundbreaking research down at Sydney University.
We've got someone. Tasmanian devils are suffering from a disease called devil facial tumour disease, and it's sending them to extinction. Hello, mate. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Got him? Yep. 1 devil from 1 trap. That's a good start. Now I need to check the rest.
We've lost over 90% of the devil population to disease. It's just devastating. So it's a real race against time to find a solution.
Door shut.
Someone's home.
Got a devil?
Yep, definitely.
Beautiful. Let's have a look. Hello, mate. I'm really excited today because research is something that I don't normally do. 1, 2, 3. So to see how it happens and see the scientists working at trying to establish answers and causes and maybe ways that we can save the devil, vaccines or a cure, that's got to be a good thing. I was worried last night that we wouldn't get anyone. We're 2 out of 2. Fingers crossed, we get number 3.
I reckon we're a fair chance.
It was too good to be true. We're empty. Trap number 3, the bait's been removed, but the door hasn't gone down. False alarm. Next trap. Door shut.
Beautiful.
And we have a devil.
Nice.
That's the 3 devils we need. Now we need to box them and get them to Sydney. Right, 1, 2, 3. Now it's time for the serious business. Down to Sydney, they're going to be anaesthetised, have bloods taken, get CAT scans to have a look at some of the internal organs, and it's not something that I've ever seen before. Today's research is looking into the devil's disease, devil facial tumour disease. The species is facing extinction, and any clues or insights as to what might be causing this disease or how we can prevent it or cure it, that's what we want to be involved in.
Thankfully, we got the devils safely to Sydney University, where I'm meeting up with Professor Kathy Belov, who's running a research study.
G'day, Kathy.
Hey Tim, how are you?
I'm good, how about you?
I'm good. So Tim's brought these devils in from the Australian Reptile Park because they're going to be part of a long-term study with us. What we've noticed is that young devils don't tend to catch devil facial tumour disease.
Look at that. We've got a little boy. So we'll pop him in the sack. 1, 2, 3. What's going to happen today is the devils will receive an anaesthetic that'll put them to sleep. Then they'll quickly take blood, but the main reason we're here is to put them through a CAT scan machine to have a CT. Okay, so there's the head. Now it's time to anaesthetise him. And the best and calmest way to do that is to leave him inside the bag, get his nose into a corner and present the mask. And he feels like he's going floppy now. Not every day you get a devil here.
A CT scan is going to give us a great, detailed look at a healthy young devil. But in particular, it's hopefully going to show us an important organ in their chest called a thymus.
Now the thymus in young mammals produces everything you need for a healthy immune system.
But the thymus dies at about the age of 2. Interestingly, young devils under the age of 2 seem not to get the disease.
Okay, so we're good there.
If they can find out why and figure out what the thymus is doing, marry that up with the bloods and understand what's in the blood and what's being produced by the thymus, we could come up with some answers.
We should be now coming into the shoulders. And most interesting is now we're going to be very close to where we are expecting to see the thymus.
This is incredibly exciting, but it's also nerve-wracking. It's the first time we might actually get some details about the deadly tumour that's killing so many Tassie devils.
And that's what a devil looks like through a CT scan. Look at that.
So basically, this is the head, this is the heart, and then the thymus should be located here.
This study is critical because devils are threatened with extinction because of a contagious cancer, and we need to understand how their immune system works to be able to develop a vaccine, or at least to understand why devils don't mount an immune response against it.
We are just there. And this is the thymus.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you found one.
And now we can watch it over time.
Look at that.
We're wondering whether these young animals are somehow protected from devil facial tumour disease by the immune system, and that's why we're trying to understand how the immune system works, particularly in young animals, and then how it changes as the animals age.
Hello, mate. This one's awake now, and that's very comforting because to see him asleep there on the table, well, it's rather confronting and not something I'm used to, but he's waking up, he's having a sniff, and he looks great.
With the first scan a success, we have 2 more young devils to go.
Okay. This is a little girl. Hello, darling. You're very important at the moment.
That's good.
The second devil's in now, and it's a little female, and I feel a lot more comfortable now. The boy went through, it was successful, everyone was a bit tense, but now, after seeing the thymus and seeing some results, it really makes it worthwhile.
Okay, we have the thymus there.
That's 2 down, 1 to go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go, number 3.
These studies are critically important because we need to understand why their immune system doesn't fight back, but also to ultimately develop vaccines down the track.
Okay, do we have a thymus?
Let's see. I think that's the first rib there, and that's the area that we are interested in.
Well, that is phenomenal, but is that number 3 waking up?
I think so, so
Okay,
we better
let's
go
go.
there.
What a relief, and such a promising start to help better understand the disease.
Today seems like a great success. Everyone is buzzing, and who knows what we just might find with the results. All right, there you go, little one. Thank you. She's up. Well, that's it. I'm really happy. I'm happy to see you guys happy. And who knows what we might find.
A little while back, I introduced you to one of my greatest passions, the Tasmanian devil. It's going through a really tough time at the moment because of devil facial tumour disease. That's why in 2006, the Australian Reptile Park embarked on a mission to establish one of the largest insurance breeding programs on the Australian mainland. The disease first reared its head in the mid-1990s in the northeast of Tasmania. Numbers started plummeting, and it was all because of the disease. Now only a small part of the island is left unaffected.
This is the northwest corner of Tasmania, and this tiny pocket holds the last population of uninfected devils. But the disease is not far away, 50 kilometres, and it's coming fast. And here we'll be infected soon too.
The problem is, the devil is the perfect host and provides the natural behaviours that allow it to spread unhindered. The disease is passed on by biting, and if there's one thing Tassies do a lot of, it's biting. They're their own worst enemy on that account. I'm visiting Dr. Sam Fox in Tasmania from the Save the Tassie Devil program to see how the remaining population is coping. When Dr. Sam arrived here in 2008, this area was clear of the disease. That changed in 2010 when the first affected devil was found.
If we lose the battle with Tasmanian devils in the environment, and obviously we hope that's not the case, the insurance populations are going to be vital.
We expect today there's 40 traps to find some diseased devils, and very mixed feelings. That we've caught a 1.5-year-old healthy devil and she's been released, and that's a good feeling. Yeah. How does it feel to catch a diseased devil?
We didn't have long to wait. This is Beverly. We know because she's been trapped and tagged in the past.
The future's not very bright for this little female at the moment. A couple of months' time and the tumours are going to be so large that she'll either die or be recaptured and euthanased. And if the devils can't get over this disease in the wild, then devil arc is going to be a key component to their future.
Back on the mainland, construction began at Devil Arc in 2010. After 3 breeding seasons, we're now up to 180 devils. It's quite some achievement. I'm here to cover for Drew the keeper, who is heading off the hill on a training course.
G'day, mate.
Hey, how you going, Tim?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Drew has set a camera trap in a yard he thinks has a new mum. It's a female called Aggie. Devils usually give birth all around the same time, but Drew reckons Aggie's Joey came late.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, that's nice. Surprise this late in the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Business as usual otherwise?
Yeah, business as usual. Watch out, though. It's been pretty warm during the day. I saw a huge tiger snake earlier in the week. So
I love that.
Check this out.
What do you got?
Yeah, tiger snake devil, face to face, so.
Gee, did that end well?
It did, yeah. The snake went off, the devil went off, so, yeah, I think...
Good.
All's well that went well.
All good, mate. Well, you need to get down off the hill anyway. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. All right, catch you later.
Catch ya.
See ya.
Drew's given me some cameras to put into Lara's yard. She's the one that travelled with me from the park. I just hope she's accepted into the enclosure by the other devils.
And this is Lara's enclosure. It's enclosure 4. It's late afternoon. Perfect time to put a devil back into this environment. She's had a bit of a trip up and a bit of an ordeal in general, so I hope she's in good spirit. Doesn't blame it all on me. Hey, settle down. Settle down. There she go. There you go. That wasn't supposed to happen. I would have liked to have grabbed her and had a bit of a look. I know she's okay because I saw her at the reptile park, but she was keen and hopped off. That's a good sign. That's the second camera. The other one's over there. I've got them angled at that piece of roo on the ground. Now, Lara, like all the other devils, will be hungry. They'll come in tonight and feed. I'll get some photos, and what I want to see are good interactions to know that Lara's okay. All that's left now is to feed my mob. Henry and devils means that wherever I go, they go. And they're used to my house and the reptile park, but tomorrow I've got something a little bit different in mind. Yeah, I do. Come on. Let's go. Hang on for a minute.
There's no such thing as a sleep-in at Devil Arc. Morning rounds start early, and there's lots of ground to cover. Top of the agenda today is giving Mungo Boy and Scarlett their first taste of life on the mountain.
The Joeys are used to a lounge room or an office, but their life is going to be here at Devil Arc and they need to know what it's like in the wild. So I've got a small pen today as a bit of an introduction. It's a safe one, but it'll introduce them to things a little bit more natural. This is a good little enclosure. It's got the native grasses, some logs to climb on, rocks, nest boxes. You're going to love it in here today. There you go. Oh, you're all right, aren't you? Come on, you got to have a look around. Wait, and I'll get your brother. Here you go, little man. Here you go. You two, get up to mischief. Go on. You're all right. That's Scarlett. Not quite as sure as Mungo Boy. You'd normally expect the female to be the bold devil. She'd be the one out having a look around, but little Mungo man has taken off. Here you go. You stay here with your brother, please. Oh, she's coming. See you a bit later. You'll be all right. Mungo Boy, come and get your sister. Second job of the day is an important one. It's the perimeter check. Now, we drive it daily just in case there's been a tree down or a breach, and we also set traps. Thankfully, we've never caught a devil in one, but they're the backup system. Hello, cheeky. Keep on going. Go on.
Walking the enclosures, evidence of the devil's natural behaviours is jumping out all around me. And you can't get much better than a latrine site.
Take a look at this. This is where all the devils in this yard go to the toilet here, and it's a communication highway. Now, what that means is devils will normally come here by themselves, one at a time. They'll normally leave a poo sample, and then they'll scent mark. And that's basically dragging their backside along the ground. They've got some scent glands down there. You can see a perfect one here. Another slide almost looks like a wallaby's tail or a snake track. That's a devil. And what I'm really happy about is these samples. We've got 3 different poo samples there. One is full of fur. One is white. That means this devil ate a lot of bone. And one's black, which means that this was a lot of meat. Now, that's what I want to see, because the diet we give them, they're supposed to have some roughage, like the fur and bone, and then just a good feed of meat. That's perfect.
Yesterday, Drew told me he'd seen Aggie and thought she was carrying joeys. We usually know about new additions to Devil Ark, but these joeys passed us by.
That's the camera. That means this is Aggie's burrow. This is where Drew saw her with a big pouch and thinks she's got joeys. I don't know how we missed her earlier in the year, but it'd be nice if we did and she's got joeys. It makes sense to me. The females always prefer wombat burrows, old, vacated wombat burrows, for maternal dens. You know, they go deep, lots of chambers. That means the joeys are safe, the female can defend it. That's great to see. And Aggie's not going to come out, neither are her joeys. I can't wait to see what Drew's got on that camera trap last night. Just come up from the morning rounds and I've brought with me the camera cards. Now, these were set overnight and we put one in Aggie's yard and one in Lara's yard. Now, the first one I've got to look at is Aggie. I want to know if what Drew thinks he saw, a big pouch, is joey's, and we can catch it on here.
Now, the thing about Aggie, she's a genetically important female, so I'm really excited about this.
All right, so it's daylight here in the first image and there's no Aggie. OK, here she is. So it's almost 7 p.m. now. Aggie by herself. 1, 2, 3, 4 joeys and Aggie. Now, the joeys are good size, like a full-grown guinea pig type size. That is brilliant. That's pretty amazing to see, and, you know, because of the way it is up here, it feels like I'm looking at wild devils. Poor old mum's just sitting there trying to deal with 4 joeys, and she looks a bit exhausted. All of our devils are important that they breed, but there are devils that are more genetically important, and that may be because the area they came from in the wild, their origins are now non-existent. The disease has wiped them out. It may be because Aggie is one of very few of her relatives within this program, and that means that we must represent those genetics or they're lost. So it's a really big and important achievement that she's bred.
And to top it off, Lara looks like she's been welcomed back into the group with open arms.
I'm really happy with what I've seen here. Lara's there feeding with another couple of devils, and that's as much as I could have hoped for.
We take every opportunity to check up on the yards and their inhabitants. Putting out the feed is a great time. The early risers are out, and there's more often than not Someone with a few words to say.
This little fella's name's Scooter, and he was hand-reared last year, so he's a bit friendlier than most devils here. But he's turning back into a wild devil now, and while he's out, he's still pretty nocturnal, and I certainly wouldn't be picking him up. Hey, you are a good boy. You're a good boy. That's about as close as I'd like to get to him. Hey, oh, look at those teeth. Everyone thinks that's a yawn, but it's not. That's him saying, whoa, you come any closer there, Timbo, I'm gonna nail ya. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Come on, let's have some food. Come with me, mate. Here you go. The food's weighed up into portions, about half a kilo, 500 grams per devil, and it depends on how many devils are in the yard. We put it on a stake like this and leave it there with a bit of cord. That means in the morning we can come back and see if it was all eaten or some was left over and remove any scraps.
If there's anything left over, we know we've got a problem on our hands. There's not a scrap of meat left unless there's a reason. Devils are the ultimate scavengers and will take any opportunity to grab a feed.
Hey, come back here. Hey, that's not for you. Not yet, buddy. Thank you.
See what I mean?
Cheeky fella. The devils have got one of the strongest jaws on Earth for their size. And this is a pretty good example of it. This was the pelvis bone of a cow, and they've actually chewed not only through that into the marrow, but they've demolished the bone. Look at it. Strong jaws.
That's 9 yards done. Each one has a starve day once a week. Remember, we want wild behaviours, and these guys wouldn't get lucky out hunting every day if they were in the wild.
That's as good as it gets, and as close to wild behaviours as you would ever see. We got a social group of devils. You know, they're supposed to be these aggressive, drooling monsters. But look, you know, that's peace and tranquility right there, feeding together cooperatively. They actually help each other pull bits and pieces off that meat. They couldn't do it alone. It's tough. Interactions like that are normal. What you'll see is they'll look fierce, really vocal, loud noises, but no one gets hurt. And devils use their little hands to eat. And the way their mouth works is they've got canines at the front. They'll sink them into the meat, pull a bit back, and then they've got scissor-like teeth that actually cut it off so they can swallow it. I'm gonna leave them be, let them get on with their feed.
Knowing Aggie could be with Joey's is a real bonus for us. She's a genetically important female, and it's important we see her family line thrive.
The only way to catch Aggie, or any of the devils, is with these traps. This is a pretty wild environment, so it's not like you can just walk in and pick a devil up. I'll find a good spot and just wedge it in. And the trap itself is small, and it's meant to be. It stops the devil from becoming exposed overnight because it can get quite cool here. And it's pretty simple. There's a pin here that drops through the front, attaches to a piece of string, and there's a bit of meat inside. So the devil goes in, bites onto the meat, and sets the trap off.
Aggie's the main objective, of course, but this will give us the opportunity to give all the devils we trap their preventative treatments.
That's the last trap. I've set 12 traps. That might seem funny because there's only 8 devils in here. But the thing is that devils are clever, cheeky, and little terrors at times, and you can get one devil that goes along and sets off a few traps before he's actually captured. So 12 traps will fix that. The devils are fed and the traps are set. It's been a long day. And just as they're waking up, I'm ready to crash.
Always get a good night's sleep up here. It must be something about the clean, fresh air. One thing you can always count on is an early start. After the perimeter check, it's straight to Aggie's yard.
Hopefully one of these is Aggie. Drew saw her with a full pouch. We've captured her on camera playing with joeys. What we need to see now is that she's producing milk, and that's everything we need to confirm she's a mum. Looks like a female. Right.
Thankfully, Drew's back up on the hill. This is no job for just one man.
There you go. Got him?
Yep.
Big girl. Now that's not Aggie, this is Pippa. These treatments are normally used for cats and dogs, but they work for devils, and they're preventative treatments against the likes of fleas, ticks, anything like that, or internal worms. So it's a good opportunity to treat them, even though we're trying to get Aggie. We'll capitalise on that and make sure these guys are healthy. It's just a topical, so we want it on the skin. Off you go, darling. Ah, that's what we wanted to see. That's just lovely. Lovely. Thank you, sweetheart. I can see you're a mum there, but I don't like that very much. Yeah, good morning. Do you want to take a chip there, please?
Yep, that's her.
Good.
It's Aggie.
Hello. We've been looking for you. Look at this. And the reason you can hold a devil by its tail is because it's strong. It goes all the way through the spine and down to the neck. Otherwise, we'd have to physically restrain her or put her under chemical restraint. I don't want to do that. This is a quick and easy process. But look at that. That's the teat that's in use of a female. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 joeys. That's a full pouch. There's only 4 teats. Best result possible. Not only is it a nice surprise that we found Aggie with joey so late in the season, but remember, she's one of the most genetically important devils within the program, so this makes it really special.
Time for me to get back to the reptile park. Always a pleasure coming up here, despite the hard yakka. These devils are something else, and it makes me proud to be a part of keeping them for others to see for generations to come.